important part of growing up is learning to interact and socialize with others. It takes courage to grow up and to be who you really want to be. Growing up is mandatory, but growing up is optional. Growing up happens when you start having things you look back on and you wish you could change.
And with that, we welcome you to another beautiful and exciting moment with the Word Best Friend. When we talk about anything and everything pertaining to life, my name is Oluwatobi Ifede.
And you know now, my name is Oluwatomi Ifede.
And together we are the Word Best Friend. Welcome guys to another beautiful and exciting moment with the Word Best Friend. Today guys, we'll be talking about something you really want to know. About a month ago, on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Twinny and I decided to eat out. We just decided to eat out, and guess what? We got to the restaurant, and fortunately we were on a table with beautiful couple, and you know everybody likes beauty twins now, especially when you're not beauty.
When twins like us.
That's on a lighter mode, and you know they cited us and they came to us and we got talking along the way. They got to know that we're YouTubers, and they decided to ask what we discussed on our YouTube channel. And they got to know that we talk about anything and everything pertaining to life. They were perplexed. They wonder the maturity at which we speak, and they decided that why don't we just talk about growing up. In my own opinion, so many youth or adults that are around them do not display what growing up really entails. So today guys, we'll be talking about growing up. What does it mean to grow up? Does growing up has to do with age? What exactly is growing up? Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Welcome back guys. And like I said the other time, we're talking about growing up. What does it mean to grow up? Does growing up has to do with age? There are so many things that are happening in our world today. And most times when you see people that so-called say they are grown up, you wonder if truly they have grown. Today, we'll be talking about what growing up really entails. Learn about cause and effects. Perhaps the most important thing to know about growing up is learning about your action and your consequences. The action you put in today is the outcome of tomorrow. The effort you put into hard work today will go a long way in developing your career. Perhaps the only thing that truly exists now is the present. But you must know that the future that you see is founded upon what you live in the past. So I ask you, what are you laying down for the future? What actions are you taking for the future? Because your actions today is going to be the outcome of tomorrow.
Learn the importance of hard work. Life really serves us hope and dreams on a plate. It is you who have to put in some levels of effort to achieve it. That is not to say all work is effective or all work is sufficient on its own. But things of worth requires some numbers of hours. If you want to grow, you have to appreciate the value of hard work. You can't be lazy. You can't afford to be challenged. You have to get up and be committed. Be diligent at what you know how to do best.
Learn self-resilience. As a young child, you depend and rely on your parents or guardians for so many things. They literally provide a roof over your head, put food on your plates, provide shelter for you, and so many more. But what are you doing for yourself now that you are now grown? Now that you say you have grown, what are you doing for yourself? I mean, they may still provide those things for you as they grow up, but you will need to do something for yourself. An important part of growing up is being able to look after yourself. What can you do for yourself? What have you been able to achieve on your own? Can you plan a journey by yourself? It's so perplexing when you see an adult, somebody who you expect to be an adult, that literally takes everything to his or her parents. I remember when we were growing up, I mean, we're not taught like that. We literally started making plans at age 16, 17, 18, if I am right. Can you fix a ball? How can you be a son of 24 years and you cannot fix ordinary ball? How? And you say you have grown. You need to learn to do things yourself.
Learn emotional self-regulation. It's not only in the practical areas you need to learn self-resilience. Emotionally too, you have to be able to get by without the direct input of others. You need to be your own source of happiness. You need to be able to face your fears. You need to be able to cope with the impact of the circumstances that you face. This means staying calm when faced with an upsetting situation, or to control an impulse that is not in your best interest.
Learn to plan, organize, and prioritize. Growing up is a complex business that comes with so many responsibilities. It is therefore important that you make some sort of plans. Reliability is a big part of growing up. Partners, family members, colleagues, friends will have to know that you will do what you say you will do. Bills need to be paid. Kids need to be picked from schools. Work deadline needs to be met. The most important part of growing up is knowing your responsibility towards others and yourself. So make that list. Look at that list and do what needs to be done.
Learn to take responsibility for things. On a similar note, part of growing up is being held accountable for your actions and inactions. When you do something, you have to be able to understand that this is the choice that you make and not something that just happens to you. And a choice has multiple outcomes. So the outcome that comes from it is as a result of the choice you make. So accept it. Take responsibility for it. You need to accept that whether the outcome proves bad or good, you are the instigator. Take responsibility for your life in general. You are the one that has the greatest influence of the direction that your life takes.
Learn to have courage in your conviction. Young people are often found following the crowd. They try to blend in. While that is an effective short-term way of getting your way in life, it doesn't work so well on the long term. Mature minds are those who can speak their own truths and be that person they wish to be themselves.
Learn to be open-minded. Growing up means to be flexible in the practical terms too. You no longer expect to have your way all the time. You need to consider other people's says too. True adults are not so big-headed so as to think they are always right every time. On the flip side, maturity gives you ability to see from other people's perspective and be open to different way of thinking.
Learn effective communication. Communication is a vital skill that you have to learn in order to maintain healthy relationship. Growing up entails having the ability to communicate your thoughts, your feelings, and your opinion with clarity. How well do you know how to communicate? Is one major factor to consider under growing up. Can you communicate to people with clarity? Can your audience understand what you're trying to pass across? You must learn the skills of an effective communication. You must learn how to pass message with a clear tones. How well can you communicate? I ask you again. You must be able to communicate with clarity anytime, any day you are given opportunity to. Because that shows that you are grown. That shows that you are growing and you have grown up.
Learn to consider the other person. Learn to put others in your shoes. Ask what they are thinking, what they are feeling, and why they feel that way, as well as why they think that way. This involves giving basic consideration to other people's feeling, their thoughts, their ideas, their disposition about how things should be done. Don't forget, no man is an island of knowledge. You can't totally be right every time. You have to know that other people have a say too. You can't always have your way. That's not part of growing up. I mean, that's not part of growing up. Learn to consider others. And that's when it could be decided that you've really grown or you are growing up. It mustn't be about you every time. I mean, that's even a witchcraft spirit. Permit me to say that. If it's you every time, then what do you think about what other people feel and what they want? How about their desire? Should it die, slip away, or get faded? No! Life mustn't be centered around you alone. You've got to know that we need each other to survive. A tree, they say, cannot make a forest. Don't think you can live that life or do that business or flourish or progress in life without the input of others. It's time to grow. Step up.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
guys. Thank you guys. And it's a wrap today. It's a wrap today again.